RFK Jr. is dropping out and endorsing Trump. Yep, that seems to be the case. I mean, I've said it a million times before. It's not exactly novel information coming from me. You all should be prepared for this. But the RFK Jr. campaign wasn't just like an idiosyncratic weirdo taking a shot at it. It was a paid op orchestrated with the deliberate intention of pulling votes away from Joe Biden. But circumstances have changed, and now it seems like RFK Jr. is actually pulling more votes away from Trump than he is from Kamala Harris. So, after presumably consultation with Donald Trump's campaign, RFK Jr. plans to end his campaign. Now, we don't know for a fact that he's ending his campaign, but we're talking like a 99.9% chance. He's holding a rally at the same time as Trump, or like right ahead of it, and he's holding it in the same city, right? Yeah, in Phoenix. So it seems like the plan is he's going to have his end of campaign rally and then doing an endorsement right before a Trump rally. Now, is it possible that that's not what happens? Sure, I can't see the future, but holy, that is likely. That is by far the most likely outcome. Vosh, it's still not completely confirmed he'll endorse Trump, but if he does, it means his environmentalist pedigree goes out the window. I mean, it's been out the window for a while, you know? You shouldn't let people's legacy as a good figure get in the way of them being recognized as a bad figure now, you know? Never let the past get in the way of the present, okay? People can change on a dime. You have no idea why he was an advocate for environmental rights. Maybe he was paid well to do it. Maybe he found it fun. You don't know. We can only judge a person by what they are now. The past doesn't exist. You can't visit it. The most you could do is witness it from a distant star as the light arrives at it late. You know, it's irrelevant. RFK Jr. is a conspiracy nut now, and he has been for a while, and that's more or less what he's run on. When was the last time you saw RFK Jr. give a comprehensive, progressive speech? No, I'm serious. Like, when? If you take a look at his website, the policy positions are ostensibly quite progressive. When was the last time you saw him go up there and do a campaign speech to that effect? I've seen him talk about Dr. Fauci. I've seen him talk about vaccine autism. I've seen him complain that, I don't know, about the Wuhan lab virus. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen him complain about media treatment of him. RFK Jr. is a freak. Trump, oh, look, right here next to it. Trump says he'd consider appointing RFK Jr. to role in administration. This is blatant, naked corruption. There's no other way to describe it. It's literally just, we will insert essentially insincere, fake third-party bids in an effort to pull votes from the left, and in, like, as compensation, we can, you know, we can pay you off. We can, you know, give you money in other ways. We can give you an administrative position. Such a piece of shit. Well, you know, Jill Stein and arguably Cornel West are in the exact same position, so, I mean, it's not uncommon to offer a cabinet position in exchange for support from somebody who was initially running as a Democrat. That is quite uncommon. What's the subject? I assume that RFK Jr. would want to be the head of the, I don't know, Health and Human Services or something. Something like that. Even if Donald Trump did win, I doubt he would actually give the appointment position to him. He's a brilliant guy. He's a very smart guy. I've known him for a very long time, Trump told CNN's Kristen Holmes. I didn't know he was thinking about getting out, but if he is thinking about getting out, I'd certainly be open to it with regards to cabinet position. So Trump gets like a 1% bump? Maybe. Depends on the poll. They're trying to stack this against the Dems so hard? They play dirty. Do you think he'll actually give Musk his government efficiency position? No. Thoughts on poly market odds favoring Trump again? I don't have thoughts on poly market odds because, I don't know. It's beneath me. Harris gained support across demographics compared to Biden. Yeah, I could have told you that. Pretty good. Man. Huge gains in every category, especially young people. Very terrifying for Canadians to see that although progressivism seems to be going well in the US, don't count your chickens before they hatch. It seems the Conservative Party is going to win in Canada. Yep. Just as Obama gave way to Donald Trump here in the United States, Trudeau must now necessarily give way to your right wing. Though your right wing doesn't have the same sauce that our right wing does, and we survived, so good luck to ye. Woe, a curse upon ye. Act steady. Why would I see that? The worst Canadian conservatives come down here to the United States because there are more career opportunities for lunatic neo-Nazis over here than there are in Canada. Maybe that'll change soon. Will RFK supporters like the Trump endorsement? I'm gonna, with all undue respect to RFK supporters, I think that they probably have amoeba-like intelligence on average, so I can't really tell you. I can't really peer behind their eyes, you know? Well, we'll see how things go with RFK Jr., though I cannot imagine they go any way other than the way that I've described. Is this video relevant?
RFK Jr.'s running mate, Nicole Shanahan, says that their independent presidential campaign is weighing its options this way. Watch.
There's two options that we're looking at, and one is...
Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, on 538, Harris's lead over Trump in aggregate has gone up to 3.3. From 2.8 the previous day. God damn, these swings. Remarkable. That it was dead even just less than a month ago. And since then, it's just been a steady... Yeah, Trump's haven't moved at all. 44% right here, 44% basically right here.
Staying in, forming that new party, but we run the risk of a Kamala Harris and Waltz presidency, or we walk away.
How much of a poll bump will RFK actually give Trump? We've gone over this, guys. On 538, they're doing polls that include third-party candidates, and even in those, Harris is still ahead in quite a lot.
Right now, and join forces with Donald Trump.
Shanahan said that they're concerned about taking more votes away from Trump and Vance than from Harris and Walz. Trump was asked about a potential RFK Jr. endorsement and whether he would consider offering Kennedy a
comparison to 2016. Yeah, but I think polling is in a very different place right now than it used to be, because at least back in 2016, that effect of people not wanting to be honest about voting for Trump was real, and nobody was energized about Clinton. People came out in droves for Joe Biden. Like, keep in mind that the last election, 2020, by far the highest voter participation in recent memory, you know, a significant, like, Joe Biden got, what, 14 million more votes than Hillary Clinton did in 2016? Something like that. Wasn't 2020 polling also bad? I don't think so. Not really, no. Keep in mind the polling measures the popular vote. Most of the time when we look at polling, we're talking about general favorability. But we also have to deal with the Electoral College. We have to win by a decent amount, you know? I've heard Trump votes were underreported as well. In 2016 or 2020? The polling was off in the 2022 midterms? Yes. Yeah, things turned out much better for Democrats than expected. I really do think there are reasons to be optimistic here. Keep in mind that all of the indicators that we've been given, electorally speaking, since Roe v. Wade was revoked, have been disproportionately favorable to Democrats. Democrats have been outperforming the polls in the midterms in 2022, in special elections, consistently, like across the board, not 1 or 2 or 5 or 10, across the board, Democrats have been doing better than is expected in polling. Keep in mind that the reason I say polling is the devil is because to this day, a lot of polling is done using methods that bias the results that you get, like using landlines, for example, or going after trying to pull people in like you know, like housing areas rather than apartment areas or whatever. Like, there are biases that you see in the way people conduct polling, or people fall more towards like old methods or stuff that's kind of tried and true. The problem with that, of course, is who picks up a landline these days? Boomers, you know? Honestly, who engages with like a text or call poll? Right? Do you? I don't. I've gotten in my life maybe a handful of times that I've gotten a text or a call that have been to the effect of like, would you like to participate in poll? I don't engage with that shit. I've got stuff to do. I've got like a dick to jerk, you know? I'm busy. Like, what do you mean? But a boomer? You know. And then, of course, you can weigh the results that you get based on the proportion of young and old people. Like, you can engage in a regressive analysis, thank you, my college education, to appropriately weigh the outcomes you get based on like demographic proportionality. But there are problems with that, and it's complicated and difficult to do, and it's not always a perfect process. So, you know. I'm just saying, man. Do you think Harris and the Democrats in general will do better than how the polls are showing? What's the point of me talking if you're going to ask me to repeat? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's the point of what I'm saying. The whole spiel that I just gave was how I think that the methods that we use to poll don't always give us like a lot of it is also like relative energy levels, you know? Clinton, very low levels of energy. Biden, pretty high levels of energy. Maybe this time we go even further. I mean, look at the DNC, man. There's definitely energy out there. There's definitely energy out there. As of today, Harris is up in North Carolina on 538 by 0.2, but still the first time. God damn. It's been neck and neck for a while. This is the first time it's tipped over, see? If we get North Carolina, that's pretty much a guaranteed victory. I mean, not like necessarily, but it kind of is, right? I mean, if you get North Carolina, and I'm very confident in the Michigan and Wisconsin bids here, so we can just lock that in. Then literally all you need at that point is Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, or Pennsylvania, and you win. We also can't count on Georgia that much because there's a very like active coup attempt brewing there. But we're ahead in Pennsylvania. Arizona's kind of neck and neck, and Nevada, who cares? It's all sand. You know, we'll see. Pennsylvania will surely go blue. That'd be nice. There's a ghost next to me. Oh, yeah, see that? Do you see the ghost over here?